Today we're going to be making chicken ramen. This is not an authentic recipe. This is just the way that I wanted to make it. Came out super delicious. This is a very easy recipe and it will be extremely filling and can feed a lot of people. So to start out, I added in some chicken that I had taken out of my freezer the night before. So it was about half thawed. I added that to my crock pot. Now I'm adding in some whole fennel seeds. Now I'm going in with some ground black pepper. Now I'm adding in some ground garlic powder. Now I'm adding in chicken broth. It's important to note that this is not the heavily salted chicken broth because the seasonings I'm going to be using do have salt in them, so you do not want it to be too salty. So make sure your broth is low salt. And then this is some celery that I diced up the other day. Now I'm adding in some peeled and cut up whole carrots. Just be careful when you add these in. Make sure to add them at the top of the crock pot. You do not want them to splash that chicken juice up because it is still raw. And then I'm going in and just lightly salting it. I'm adding in another container of chicken broth, just enough to where the chicken is fully submerged in the broth. Now I'm adding the lid and putting it on high for 6 hours. After the 6 hours is up, the chicken is going to be extremely tender. You just want to go ahead and take the chicken out of the crock pot and add it to a separate bowl. Be careful not to bring over too many of the juices. And then you're gonna go ahead and start shredding up the chicken. It will shred super easily. This is also a great way to prepare chicken for chicken salad or any shredded chicken dish that you want. This is a good way to cook it and prepare it. So once you have your chicken nice and shredded up, I also deboned it, so I separated the bones out. Now I'm just tasting the broth to see how much of the seasoning I want to add. I went ahead and did like half the top's worth of the chicken bouillon seasoning, added that right in and stirred it up. I ended up tasting it again and I wanted a little more of the chicken bouillon, so I added in some more of that and stirred it up, and then it was to my liking. So then I'm just adding some ramen noodles directly to my bowl. The broth was on high, so it is hot enough to cook the noodles directly. You do want to make sure though that you let these noodles cook with the broth for about 7 minutes in order for the noodles to fully cook. And you did have to have the crock pot on high in order for the noodles to cook and the broth to be hot enough to do so. And now I'm just adding my shredded chicken on top. And then I'm going in with some cilantro. Don't miss this step because the cilantro takes it to the next level. And this is how it is looking. It came out super delicious. Let me know if you try it.